Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Sagittarius, I am going to be doing you a reading today on love. Obviously, love for another, for that person that you're thinking about at this time, and also though love for oneself, because that is so important on this journey. If the reading resonates, you will have been guided to click on this reading, and I am very grateful for those that are guided to click on this reading and see this reading at exactly the right time for them. If the reading doesn't resonate, it simply means it was not for you at this time. There'll always be a reading out there for you, my darling, at exactly the right time that you need to hear it, guided by spirit. I am very grateful for all of the comments and the likes and the shares and the subscribes that I've had so far. It's very humbling, and I am internally grateful for these. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. So my readings are, although they're obviously time stamped, they come out at a certain time, they are timeless. They are for whenever you need to hear these messages. And Spirit and I work in tandem in that these messages are for those that most need to hear it at this time. So let's move ahead with the reading, my darling. I'm using my Spirit Song Tarot to start off with, and I'll just show you what that is. It looks like this. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And then I'm going to use whatever else Spirit guides me to see, and I will let you know which that deck is as I pick it up. I do have my little dogs with me today. I've got Nut on the floor playing, and my little Dachshund puppy, and I've also got, you can see Beba in the background, and somewhere around is Daisy, my other little Chihuahua as well. So they may or may not make an appearance. So this is for Sagittarius, for those that most need to hear the message. Thank you, Spirit. Well, that wanted to come out. So you have got the Seven of Feathers that started to start off with the reading. And it says here, preparation and resourcefulness. Now, the Seven of Feathers, my darling, means that, and this is for those that most need to hear it, you've been in an environment or a situation, an experience where there has been some deception around you, felt that there has been something that's been uncalled for, something that's been unjust, something that has caused you a great deal of pain. And I'm very sorry that you're in this space at this time. It is a difficult space to be in. The Seven of Swords for me is a combination of two energies there, because obviously out of something that is traumatic and difficult, is negative, comes something that can be so positive if you're willing to shift your perception of it. And that's where I hope that these messages may help you. So whatever this experience, whatever has happened with this person, because you're coming to this reading with regards love, that person, my darling, can only meet you as far as they've met themselves. And sometimes what Spirit does and what God does in a situation where it's necessary is God, universe, Spirit, hears things that we can't hear and sees things that we can't see, and sometimes removes people from our lives in order to both protect us and for the other. And when somebody behaves in this way, because we think we're behaving in our life from a grown-up space, we're grown-ups. Yes, but we're not really. For the most part, we react to situations. It's a reaction from things that we've done our entire lives, from things that we've done since childhood. If we haven't stopped to observe those reactions that we're doing in order to renew, in order to move forward from a different perspective, in order to let go and heal and learn and grow. So whomever this is, if they have done something that has caused you great hurt, know that they have done this from their own place of hurt, their own emotional scars or wounding that they haven't addressed in their lives. And so I always see the Seven of Swords as a 5 swords and a 2, because in the traditional tarot, the person is taking off with the 5 swords and leaving 2 behind. And those 5 swords represent change. 5 is a change. They're going back to learn another lesson. They're leaving this situation to experience what they need to experience in order sometimes for the universe to give them a little slap round the face. But they have to do that on their own. And it is a temporary situation. It's always a transitional time. And what they have left you, and this is where I'm coming on to the flipping the negative into the positive, is 2 swords in the ground, And those two swords you can take up, and they represent truth and your clarity, your insight, your foresight, what your feelings are trying to tell you, what your soul is trying to tell you. And it's the cheetah. So the cheetah, and I just want to show you this as well, because this comes onto this message here of preparation and resourcefulness. So the cheetah here is looking forward. So Spirit is asking you at this time to look forward with a sense of purpose about where you wish to be in your life. Not bringing so much of the past into it, but where you wish to be in your life now, and to observe what is happening around you and to react swiftly to new opportunities as they arrive for you. Because when we become blinkered about what we wish to have in our life, when we think, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is the only person that I wish to have, despite what may have happened between you, you are not opening up and allowing yourself to receive what is meant to come in for you. Because when people get removed from our lives, it's a reminder for you again, it is to protect you and to protect them and to allow a space of healing to take place, because healing cannot happen in the place that you were hurt. So that is the seven of swords. And the cheetah is a very close observer of things. The cheetah watches all the time. And one of the ways that you can help yourself at this time, because it's a great empowering thing to be able to heal yourself, not to look to others to help to fill a void within you, but to heal yourself, to take the time. It's self-care, it's self-compassion, to allow yourself to feel the feelings that you're meant to feel and to go through the process of understanding and compassion, both for yourself and another. And the way to do that, my darling, is to observe the situation, but to observe it from a place of almost taking a step back out of your life, imagining yourself, watching yourself almost as a film or a play, and to ask yourself these questions. You know, why am I truly feeling this way? Is this something I felt before in my life? Is this a pattern of behavior? Is this a cycle, but with a different person? What is the universe? What is God? What is Spirit trying to teach me at this time? Because every relationship is for the evolution of our soul. So what has this relationship taught you? And we tend to learn more, but it's actually remembering. It's our soul remembering all that is, because our soul is a piece of divinity, a piece of ancient wisdom. And when we have those moments of clarity and insight, we are remembering all that we are. So this experience, and when it tends to be uncomfortable and difficult and traumatic and hurtful, is being given to you to help you find those answers within you, to help you know not just about what you deserve, but the fact that you are deserving. So let's move forward and see what else is on the deck. On the bottom of the deck, before I move forward, we've got the Three of Acorns, which is the Three of Wands, foresight and exploration. Rather than, this is that manifestation card, okay? This is that card of being able to see ahead and seeing a path ahead. And you can only do that when you step out of being in a space of this is happening to me and move into a space of why is this happening for me? Because then you're looking at things from your higher self. You're looking at things from a soul perspective. That soul perspective. So it's about bringing into your mind all of that knowledge and wisdom that your soul, your intuition holds. You have all those answers within you. And with that, insight becomes foresight. And you can start to explore. You can start to prod yourself with your feelings. You can start to observe things from that higher self point of view and observe things in a way that, okay, so if this is happening for me, what am I meant to take from this? And what do I wish to do going forward? So that is the foresight and exploration of this. Explore it's like an exploration with a different lens of life. It's an exploration where you understand that you are being guided, you are being protected. This happened for a reason. And only you know the reason for that. Where were you in this relationship? Where were you in terms of your feelings for this person? Were you codependent on them? Were they codependent on you? Did they truly bring you great happiness, or did you work very hard for this relationship? Did you attach great meaning to this relationship? Because nothing has any meaning except for the meaning that you give it. And generally that meaning and that resistance and that unhappiness is because we attached a meaning to something, and therefore we felt something because of something that did or did not occur. And when we assign somebody as our source of joy, and we think, well, because they're in my life, I feel huge happiness, and we rely on them for our joy and our happiness, then we're also at the same time assigning them as our source of sadness. So this is, we all have a tendency to lose ourselves in relationships. And when you start not being you, and you start to be what somebody else wishes you to be, then you've lost yourself. You're not standing in your true power. So this is a time for you to explore who you are, my darling, not who you are in a relationship to somebody else, who you are. What do you deserve? Right? Have you been focusing on that? Have you been giving yourself that self-love, that self-compassion, that understanding? So, but I love to see the giraffe here, because this is about you being open to new opportunities, exploring new opportunities, seeing what's coming in for you. Because when something leaves your life, it's because something else is meant to come in. And if we form a great attachment to what we thought we wanted to have in our life, we're not allowing what's meant to come in for us to come in for us. And if what we think we have an attachment to brought us great joy at the time, well, only imagine what Spirit has in mind for us, because our soul spirit only wants for us what is for our greatest good. So imagine the joy that that means. It'll be much better than what you're thinking about now. So let's move ahead and see what else Spirit has for you now. Okay, so immediately I've got the King of Pentacles come out, and it says here, courage and commitment. This is a time for you to be very committed to yourself, a time for you to really step forward with the courage and the strength that you do have. It's sort of like a New Year's resolution for you to will yourself forward, because I know that when this Seven of Swords happens, you know, it's a very difficult time to want to take the next steps forward. Now, Spirit is not saying that you need to rush forward and rush into a new relationship. That's not what they're saying at all. This is a time for you to spend alone. This is the King of Crystals. This is the tiger. The tigers live alone. And again, they intensely observe. The King of Pentacles, you're very magical, my darling. You have kind of Midas touch. You know, things tend to happen for you magically, and people are very sort of aware of that. And that is because at the heart of it, you are always positive. You're always very full. You're always very giving. And we are consciously or subconsciously manifesting all the time, all the time. So now explore your life going forward. Sorry, one of my little dogs gets overexcited and then she starts to sound like she's choking, but she's not really. Explore your steps going forward with this perspective of, well, if I'm creating everything, what do I wish to create? What am I hoping to create? I'm going to come on to that wishing, hoping, believing, knowing in a second. But where do I want to go? And then sit in that space of visualizing what you wish, hope, believe, know is going to happen. And if you can imagine it, just that imagining of it brings you joy, you're willing it to come towards you. You're very successful in what you do. Okay, you are very successful in what you do. Spirit wants you to see whatever has happened as not a problem. Sorry, I do need to turn my phone off. It's making all sorts of weird noises at me. To see what has happened for you, and Nut is now playing at my feet, as not a problem, but as a solution to a way forward that you're going to feel that you're not walking on eggshells anymore with anybody, that you're going to feel empowered. You know, like this tiger, you're a natural leader, helper. You wish to, you know, you're very much a people person, and you support others a great deal. But you haven't allowed yourself the peace and solitude that you need at this time to go through whatever steps of healing that you need to do. You know, and for those on a spiritual path, or if you want to call it a healing path, being alone and keeping your distance is one, not only good for you because you can't heal in the place that you were hurt, but it's also, being alone is also an opportunity that you've been given to start to get to know yourself and start to receive those insights and that clarity, because we have within us the ability to listen to that great knowledge, that great wisdom within us, but we also have the ability to empower, heal ourselves, and in doing so, think, I've done that. You know, I have created my own foundation in my life. But it is a reminder for you this time that this is a time for you to observe. You've had 2 cards of observing right now. And now you've got the Knight of Feathers. Okay, and you've got here action and focus. But this is a cautionary tale for you, because this is the coyote. The coyote, again, is an intense observer. All right. And the coyote is somebody who is somebody who cuts to the chase. The Knight of Swords, this is what the coyote represents, and I'll show you again. Somebody who has left the battleground, doesn't want to be involved in that energy anymore, doesn't want to have negativity around them. They're on a mission. They've left. They're not quite sure where they're going. They're a little bit nervous, but they're beginning to, they have enough truth and clarity that they want to move forward. And that is wonderful to know that this is here for you, that you're beginning these steps of moving forward. But this is not a time for you to move forward with the wrong focus or the wrong actions. So the Knight of Feathers can be somebody who rushes in and out of a situation or a communication, wanting to speak their truth. I'm so sorry. Just wanting to speak their truth, but doing so from a place. Do you want to come up and say hello? All right, come up and have a quick hello. Oh, what's your little head? This is Nut. Oh, and she's starting to get a little bit tired, so she has the terrible twos. So the Knight of Swords is somebody who wants to speak their truth, but I'm going to give you a little message which was so lovely. You need to go down. You're not playing with these cards. It's not so much how the truth is received. It's not so much how your message is received. It's how you speak it, my darling. Let me explain that. It is not your responsibility, nor can you fix another person. So however a message is received, it's up to that individual. And if they're at a place where they're ready to receive that message, then they will receive it. If they're not, they will simply not hear what you're saying. Because if they are feeling in a space where they can't see, they can't hear, they're in a cloudy lens of life, it is not, none of it is their fault, they've transferred it all onto everybody else, then they're never going to hear what you wish for them to hear. So it's best to say nothing at all. But if you do wish to say a message, say it from a place where you know that it's coming from the right space, your heart space, your soul space. Say the words with love, with compassion. And you're not saying those words for them, you're saying them for yourself, because in the moment of delivering those words from the right space that don't come from the pain body, don't come from the ego side of us that's trying to protect us, don't come from the fear, doesn't come from the fear space. In the moment of saying those words, you will receive your own clarity. You will receive your own insights, because the words will come from your higher self. They'll come from your soul. So it's a gift you're giving yourself. And you will feel a relief and understanding and compassion as you say them. So that is your action and your focus. Choosing your battles, my darling. Learning when to be quiet, learning when to speak. And putting faith over fear. But also, again, seeing opportunities as they arise. So Spirit's advice here is not necessarily choosing the time when you feel it's the right time to speak to a certain person, but allowing the universe to give you that time, that natural time and divine timing for you to say what you wish to say. And in the meantime, just like the tiger and just like the cheetah, you remain, and just like the coyote, you remain in an observant mode of what is happening around you at this time. What are you causing to bring into your life at this time that is for your greatest good? What are you meant to take from this? What are you meant to learn from this? What are you meant to let go of? I hope that makes sense for you. Thank you, Spirit. What else for Sagittarius? Thank you. That wants to come out. Page of Acorns. Again, a little time. This is exploratory, fun, discovery, enthusiasm. The page of Acorns is the Page of Wands. Pages are transitional times for you. They can be messages, but this is a transitional time for you to try and curb your enthusiasm, to make something happen, to control something happening. The monkey is very impatient. They're great fun. They're lovely, just like Sagittarius is. But it's about keeping your impatience in check at this time. You don't need to know all the answers right now. The universe will always give you the answers at exactly the right time for you. One of the things that you can say at this time is, thank you, universe, or thank you, God, for helping me to understand that this problem has already been resolved for me. You may not have seen it yet, but it's happened in the 5D, because that is what you have manifested. That is what you're causing to happen. Continue to have your optimistic perception in life. And that goes back to this King of Crystals, this King of Pentacles, sitting there in a being space. As a human being, your role is to be as much as possible. Your role is to observe. Your role is to remember what you've already known, not to get caught up in negative energies around you. One of the things that is, we all don't realize or seem to forget a lot of the time, is one of our most important thing is our energy. We are all just energy. Emotions are energy in motion. And in order to protect your energy, it takes great work and dedication, because, if we are all energy and we're all connected, then we can all have an impact on each other, and we all react to energy. If you meet somebody and you kind of have a feeling about them that you don't particularly like, it's because you're reacting to their energy. The same with somebody that you get on immediately. You're connected. And sometimes those people are soul family or soul tribe that have come in to help you at a particular time in your life. Keep your impatience in check. Use this time. This is, again, an exploratory, transitional time for you. And it's a time for you to very tentatively kind of prod yourself and think, what do I truly wish for in my life? What do I really desire? What do I love to do? What would make me happy? That's the Page of Wands, my darling. You've got the Hangman has now come out. Okay, and this says here, patience and perspectives. This is another message for you about keeping your impatience in check. The Hangman is a major arcana, so this is a big life-changing moment for you. This is a moment where you can pivot one way or another. But Spirit is saying, with regards to this person, become almost, so the Hangman hangs upside down, so they see things from that different perspective. Become within yourself as much as you are able to do in any given moment that you observe. Okay, I'm in the moment now. I'm being I am. Because we all have a tendency to rush around in our lives and do. So this is about coming back to being. We are human beings. And to come into a space of, and you do this by meditation, and you do this by sitting and observing with your third eye, with that higher perception. You can only do that if you choose to do it, looking at things from a place of calm and a place of patience. And if you focus on that, what have I learned from this? What is it trying to teach me? And ask and say thank you to Spirit, thank you to God for giving you the answers at the right time. And they come in many different ways. They may come in the form of a message from another. They may come in with the insight that you give to yourself. They may come something you watch on TV. I'm sorry, she wants to come up again. You're not having these cards because these are very, no, you're not having these cards. And it's a time to let go, my darling. Let go and let God, because if you leave everything in God's hands, you'll soon start to see God's hand in everything. That's something you need to learn, sweetie. So let's move ahead. I'm going to have to put you down because I can't pull the cards if you're with me. No, I can't. Okay, so let's pop you down again. You go and have a sleep. Go on, off you go. Okay, my darling. So let's move ahead. I'm going to put those ones down. Which ones am I going to pick up now? My Affirmators Tarot. Thank you, Spirit. I know this is a difficult time for you, my darling. Thank you, Spirit. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles has come out, and at the bottom of the other deck, which I didn't pick up, is the Seven of Pentacles. I almost did, but I didn't. And so Spirit is giving me the Seven of Pentacles. So I'm going to show you both side by side. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Okay. You've got the aardvark and you've got the bumblebee as well. I think that's the bumblebee there as well. So this is a time for you to, you've done a lot of, you've overcome a lot of those negative blocks in your mind about this. You've overcome a lot on this journey that you've had a lot of insight. I don't think you've quite believed the insight that you've received, or the clarity that you've received, or what Spirit's been trying to tell you, but you have been doing that. And continue to believe that you'll work this out. Continue to believe that you'll receive the answers as you're meant to receive them. Because, you know, the aardvark, let me show you this card here. The aardvark, and it says here, options and results. The aardvark is, you know, as a spirit animal, it's about rooting around in the ground for the solution for the problem. Remain patient. And I know this is difficult, but if you can be grateful for everything that's happening for you at this time, even that negative events, experiences, feelings that you're having, in the trust that it's to help you shift, to help you heal, to help you release emotional scars you may be carrying. Because in order to take you to that moment in the future, which you're not to worry about at this time, you have to go through this moment. You have to go through a shift and change and release things that no longer serve you. And it's about you looking at those past choices that you have made and the lessons that you have learned and being grateful for them. And it's about you forgiving yourself as well for things that you didn't know then that you know now, because you had to go through all of that in the past to be where you are in this moment. And where you are in this moment is on in a place where you're beginning now to see things from a bit different perspective and have an understanding of what has happened and why it has happened. And the Seven of Pentacles as well, you're starting to see here this sort of, you know, the two Seven of Pentacles is starting to see, and 7 and 7 is 14, and 1 and 4 is 5, and 5 is change. You're starting to see a change. You're starting to have this shift in your perspective. And because of that, you're starting to see a little bit of magic in your life. You're starting to see whatever it is that you've been manifesting, little seeds of it coming into your life. The bumblebees here are lovely because, you know, bees don't know they can fly, but bees don't know that they're not meant to fly, and they fly. So although you felt that you haven't been able to do, you've actually achieved a lot more than you thought you could. Although you felt that you wouldn't get to this space, you have got to this space. And Spirit is saying, keep moving forward instinctively. Keep doing little things that you feel like doing, little steps forward. If you want to go and go for a walk, go for a walk. If you want to suddenly clean out a whole drawer or a cupboard in your house, go and do it, because all of those are instinctive little steps forward, just like the bees flying from flower to flower. And, you know, bees, it's amazing what they do for everybody. And it's a message that what you do as well, in terms of your energy and your space and what you do for friends and family around you, is very precious. There's a lot of love there for you as well. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. Thank you, Spirit. And I saw the King of Pentacles again on that day. So 7 of Wands. This is the alligator or the crocodile. This is a transitional time for you, because they live on both land and water. This is a transitional time for you. You continue, my darling, to stand in the place that you believe. Continue to fight, and I say fight, for your values in that right space. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to express an opinion, or express how you feel to others if they're not in the space watching and observing you and admiring you for it. If somebody is in a different energy space to you and there is criticism for what you are doing and what you know you're doing at this time is right for you, you do not need to give any explanation, because if you do, it goes back to that message. If they're not ready to receive it, then they won't hear it. So it's not how the message is received, it's how you deliver it. So it goes back to communication. Whatever you're focusing on at this time, whatever you are moving forward with at this time, that has come out of the 7 of Swords moment, continue to deal with it from your higher self. Continue to deal with it from a space of what would love do in this situation for myself as well as for others, for another. But when I talk about that, I mean, how would love respond to this? And I mean unconditional love. I don't mean love that's a codependent love or a need or a necessity to have an answer. What is the best thing for me at this time? Is it to be quiet? Is it to be silent? Is it to listen? Is it to observe? But continue to focus on what is right for you, because everything starts with self-love and self-compassion. Everything. And from that, then everything flows. From that, once you start to show yourself the respect and love and compassion that you deserve, then you see it mirrored in relationships around you. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else to come out from this? There's a lot of 7s in this reading for you, and that means for me there's a lot of spirit guidance that's happening for you at this time. I want you to look up angel number 777. 4 7s in a row is what you've had. You've had the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, 2 7 of Pentacles. So I'd like you to look up angel number 7777 and see what the message is there for you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else from this deck? That is desperately trying to come up. Thank you. So now you've got the Page of Pentacles has come out again. Did we have that before? No, we had the Page of Wands, didn't we? No, we did. We had the Page of Wands, and we had, I'm sure we had another page. Maybe I've put it down. But anyway, we had the Page of Wands. Now we've got the Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles, here we are. So this card is, again, transitional time for you. This is a card for you to start to really have fun with the fact that you are, oh, my darling, she just hit her head. Are you all right? You're all right. This is the time for you to really start to have fun. That monkey free-spirited energy. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to get her again. Come here. Come here. I'll pick you up, but you have to come here. You come up. Oh, my goodness. You're a bit tired. I'm going to, yeah. So she can hold this. Do you want to hold this card? Yeah. This is a time for you to really have fun now with your exploratory thoughts, ideas, experiences about you creating your universe, your reality. You know, you are a master manifester. And as I said, everything we create all the time, we are doing either subconsciously or consciously. So have some fun. The universe loves a bit of you're not having those cards. The universe loves surprise and delight. So say one day, whenever you want to, thank you for, and choose something that has you have no attachment to. It doesn't matter whether it comes into your life or not. Just say thank you for whatever it is, and then let it go and see what happens, because it will come into you, and it'll come into you with a lovely sense of humor from the universe. And once you start to have fun and you start to explore all of this, then you start to realize how you're actually manifesting everything into your life, and therefore it starts to make the journey more fun, and you have more understanding when the difficult things happen for you. What is my soul trying to teach me? What is the universe trying to teach me at this time? I am seeing now the Judgment card has come out for you. I'm so sorry about this, Sagittarius. I hope you all love dogs. But this card has just popped up for you now as well. There has been a time, my darling, where you have felt overlooked and not listened to, a little bit like that mouse. You are definitely going down. This is an important card, because this is another inner calling. This is an inner calling, a second chance card. This is that pivotal moment in your life where the inner healing, the work that you're doing, you've reached. Just excuse me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I just need to do something. Sorry, she's on my lap now, so I'm hoping she'll just quieten down. So this is the Judgment card. This is the time of that inner calling, that second chance for you. This is a pivotal moment in your life to truly understand what you wish to achieve in your life. And I am so sorry about all my dogs at the moment. It's like there's a new path opening up for you. You've kind of got to that sort of, with this on the top of the mountain. Here again is that spiritual symbolic ending of a new beginning. You're starting to listen. You're starting to really listen to what makes you happy. You're starting to listen to what your soul's yearning is, what that awareness is. You're starting to listen to that wisdom. This is a rebirth card for you. This is a path that's opening up for you. And I am going to pull now, I'm going to pull my oracle card for this. Let's have a look. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you very much. Staying focused, holding the course, hold the course. Do you see he's intensely observing? Whatever you are doing right now, stay focused, my darling. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to have the foresight and the understanding that you may not know exactly where you're going from what happened, but you are on the right path. Okay, let's have a look. One more. Thank you, Spirit. Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. This is you, the phoenix rising up from the ashes. Wherever you're going, if you're following it from your heart space, if you're doing what's right for you, if you've learned and observed and released things from this experience that you went through with this person, that's allowing you to step forward with a different type of courage and a different type of commitment for yourself, a fresh new way of living emerges, because you are starting to understand that you are the universe experiencing, you are the divine experiencing. That piece of your soul within you is a piece of divinity, and you are a magical manifester. And as long as you put yourself first in terms of that self is, I'm not talking about selfishness, but I'm talking about understanding and having compassion that you are the most important person in your life, and it all starts with you. And that once you start to show yourself that self-love and compassion, and once you start to treat yourself with that respect, then everything falls into place for you, around you. And I'm going to pull my lovely spirit animal oracle deck here for you for a last message, Sagittarius. Thank you. What is that message? Groundhog spirit. It is time to let go. It is time to let go of things that you have attached meaning to. It is time to let go and let God. It's time to understand that people do get removed from your life when it is not for your greatest good, and for when it is time to learn from that experience about what is for your greatest good. And people, when you move into a different energy space and you move into a higher vibration, because you have you're not reacting to things so much, and you have more understanding and compassion for yourself and for others, then what you're doing is you're saying, I deserve this, I deserve this way of being. So don't be surprised if people get removed from your life because they're in the wrong energy space, because spirit, the universe, will bring into your life whom you deserve. So Sagittarius, I hope this has helped you. And for whoever has resonated with this reading, I do apologize again for my little doggies all around me. She's desperate for her lunchtime nap, so I'm going to go now. But I look forward to do a reading again for you very soon. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.